Okay. Now, this video we're going to talk about some of the problem, some of the problem that you face in networking. See, remember that we subnet. We did. There was a network ID that we subnetted this. That these are the these are 192.11.50.64, and then the another 64.1.28, and so on. So, and then we had the first host and last host and a broadcast address. Okay, now some problem. You see that they tell you they give you an IP address, and then they want you to know. They want you to find out that's the subnetwork ID. That was number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. We had 4 subnet at that example. Now it's which of the following is the what is the subnet broadcast address for the subnet in which IP address we have IP address 17010, for example, 30 and 200, and with the CIDR notation 27. For this one, that what is 27? Means 27 ones. This is and then 27. This is 24. 8, 8, 8, 24, and 1, 2, 3, and then the rest is 0. Okay. No. 5 plus 3, 8. Means 255. You can say 255, 255, 255, and this is the 3 of them is 224. That's the custom subnet mask 224. Okay, so they give you an IP address here. Like for example, this one was 192.1150.1 up to it was 0.63, 192, and so on, and 0.62. See, the first host and the last host on this one, the first host 0.1 and the last host is 0.62, and the broadcast address is 0.63 at the end. What if say 0.63 means 192, 0.11, 0.63. So now they give you an IP address, and they want you to find out what is the broadcast, what is this one. They give you something like this IP address. This is class 2. From 128 to 192 is class B. But when you say that the classic subnet mask is 255, 255, but when you have something like this in the class 2, in this much we have subnet, and this is the host. Now they give you an IP address and they find out what's the broadcast ID. Broadcast ID or address. So what you do, you say 27. 27 is what? From this is 27 in 4th octet. Okay, this is 4 octet. And you write this here, it's 27 backslash or 224. 192, 128, 190, 64, 32 is going to be 224. And you write this one, and then you say that's belong to the 4th octet. 27, we are in the 4th octet, so we use 200. So 200, what is going to be 200? 200 is going to be 128 plus 64, 192, and then 1000. This is 200 because 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So 128 plus 6, 192 plus 8, this is 8 here, 200. So now you add this, the ending 0, 0. When you have zeros, it's going to be 0. 0 and 1 is going to be 0. And 1 and 0 is going to be 0, 1, 1. So the network address, this network subnet address for this is going to be 192. So this is going to be network subnetwork ID. Network ID is going to be 170, 10, 30, and then 192. This is, and then what you do, you add 192. See 192, that's the network subnetwork ID at the end here. And what you do, you come to this one, backslash 27, the last there are 3 words here. Then the last one has number is 1. There are 3 ones and 5 0. So you add -1 to this one. 32 minus 1 is 31, and you add 31 in 3, 2, 223. So the answer to this question that you were asking, what is the subnet broadcast address? We want broadcast address. Okay, it's going to be 223 at the end. It's so broadcast address is going to be 192. Oops. 170, 10, 30, 223. This is the broadcast address for this. Okay. Now we're going to solve. Sometimes they ask you, what is the valid host? Valid host range of the IP address. Okay. See, valid host range. Valid host range, you're talking about this. The first valid host is like And what it that it gives you an address 179.20.148.192 Southern rotation 23. So when it's 23, it's actually you gotta use this number. So we say 148, and then backslash 23. 23 actually, it's 8 of this here, 8 of this here, and then 8, 16, and then 7 of them, 0, and then the rest 0, 0, 0, 0. That's what 23 means, backslash 23. So, they give you an IP address. Yes, they want you to find out the valid host range from here, the first one to the last one on this on the subnet. So what you do is 148. You always write 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and then 148, 128 plus 20. 0 is not going to be this because 128 plus 64 is going to be 192 is over that, so you go for the next one. That's not going to work. It's going to be 180. If you add this, 160 is 148. So if you add 16 and then 4, you get this. That is 148, because 120 plus 16 plus 4 is going to be 148. And 23 is said, see, that on the third octet. So you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, and then you what is going to be 128 plus 16 plus 4. The network address, a subnetwork ID is going to be 179 20 1. How much is going to be 128 plus 16 plus 148. 148, and then that's the subnetwork ID. If you want to find out the broadcast, what you do, even in the backslash, this is the last one, as you say 2 is, you deduct 1, 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. So that is going to be the broadcast ID 179.20.149. You add 1 to this 148. This is 148. You add 149. So it's going to be 149, 255. So the host range is start from 1. See here, it starts from 179.20.148. 1 up to 179.20.148.255. Okay, so 254, the host range. This is the host range. See that what we were asking, what was the question was, what is the valid host range of this IP? The valid host range started from 197.20.148.1, 179.20.148.254, because this is the last, this is, you know, -1, you get this one, -1, you get the last host. The host range is going to be this, okay? So, sometimes they ask that which subnet another question. The question is which subnet does the host with IP address 192.168.40.20/28. Okay, but what does mean 28? Here all ones, and then from here 28. It is 24. 8 of these 24, and 4. 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 0. So this is going to be /24. If they say 255, or if they might say 255, 4 of these is going to be 190, 264, 128, 164, 192, 224, 240. If they give you 240, is the same as /28. Okay, they give you this and they want you to find out the subnet. Which subnet this mean? Actually, they want this. They give you an IP address, they want this. So you say that for 28, you say have 4 1s and 4 0. And then you see that's 28 on the 4th octet, you say the 20. 20 is what? This is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 20, this is going to be 0, 0, 16, minus 4, minus 24, that is 20. That is 20. 16 plus 4 is 20. And then for ANDing process 1. So this is by network, subnetwork. Subnetwork means 192 is equal to 192, 168, 40, 16. So the subnet that is this one. This is only what is the subnet of this IP address. You find it, this is the subnet. But if you want to find the broadcast ID, broadcast address, they go through the procedure 16 minus 1 is equal to 15, and if this is 16, okay? And then 15 to this one is going to be 31, and this is going to be 31, 168, 192. This is the broadcast address. Okay, this is broadcast address, but it doesn't want that. They just want you to find out the subnetwork. So you don't need this. Okay, and then sometimes they ask you, they give you an IP address, and they want the first host. They want the first host. They want a first host. What they give you an IP address to say what is the first valid host on the subnetwork, and the subnetwork that this IP address belongs to. What is the node? The node, or 160, this node 220, 240, that is /26. This is 26 now. 24 plus 2 is going to be 26. This is the same as the 26. 26 means there are 26 ones. Okay, 26 related to subnet. The related to network portion and host portion. So what you do, you write 26, or this one, or you write this one here, 1, 1, and then because this is 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. Now, see, this is on the 4th octet. You write 240. 240, what is going to be 2? 240 is 128, 192, 224, 240. This is going to be 240. And then you see that this is 192 is going to be 192.200.192 is the network subnet network ID, and so actually you find this one, the subnet ID, and then the first number, the first one, 192.168.200.193 is going to be the first host. The first host. Okay? First host on this. But if you want to so this is, if you want to find they just ask you to find the first host. That's enough, the first number, this one, like for 65 here, 192.11.50. 65 is the first host for this number 2 subnet. Now if you want to find the broadcast ID, broadcast address, what you do, you come here, 64 minus 1 is 63, you add it to 192. So 192 plus 63, 5, 255 is going to be 192, 168, 200, 255, the broadcast address. Broadcast address. Okay. There might be some question that They say how many subnet and how many hosts per subnet can you get from the network. They give you a network 192, 168, 40, 5, 0. This is the network ID. But when they give you how many bits borrowed or default, not default, the custom subnet mask, the custom subnet mask is 255, 255, 255, 248. What does that mean? Actually, it is a cider notation. When you see this one, it means 255 here, 250. See, all these. That 1, 2, 4. If you add all these, it's going to be 255. All 8. 255, 255, and then 248. Now is 248 is going to be, see, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 248. 192, 32, 224, 240. It means 51. And they want you to find out how many subnet and hosts you can get from this network. This is network ID. This is different. It's a network ID. Okay. So, what does that mean? They want you to find how many hosts and how many subnet you can get from this. Well, it's obvious. This is the host. Oh, okay, 2 to the power of 3. There are 3. 1, 2, 3. There are 8 of them. It's going to be 8. 8 hosts. And always the multiplication is going to be 2. Get to 255, 256, 256. There are 5 of this here, so this is host to the power of 3 is going to be 64. Subnet. So you can get 8 hosts. There are 64 subnet, and there are 64 subnet, and in each subnet you have 8 hosts. But actually, in usable host is 6, because 8 minus 2, the first for the network ID and then 1 for broadcast ID. So the two deducted. Okay, so this is subnet and this is host.